podcast. Thanks for listening, readers. Your powers of endurance as we trudge through this endless combat are much appreciated. As would be, as always, any ratings or reviews, you would be so kind as to leave us on your podcast app of choice, be that Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Lucas's weird one, whatever it's called, or Stitcher or Podbean or whatever. And if you get the opportunity, it would be great if you would subscribe and spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your gaming group about our wonderful show. Just don't tell them very much about the last few episodes because I think we can all agree they've kind of been the same. But anyway, let's not worry about that. You can always find us on Facebook and you can find us on Twitter at Billowing Hilltop. You can look at our maps and artwork on our Tumblr at billowinghilltop.tumblr.com. We've got no other news or information, so we may as well push on with episode 112 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, 99 Dread Baboons.
Dear Diary, yes, me again. Hello. See, I am trying to be nice. Today I will talk to you about my abandonment issues, because apparently those are my core problem. According to Mr. Fletcher, he notices such things. He knows such things and feels justified in telling me as I sit there. Just me and him, in his office, all very quiet except his thin, squeaky voice, the clock and the sound of his glasses needing constant cleaning. Wiping, always with his left hand, his right hand repositioning the glasses precisely to ensure equal cleaning attention, making everything clearer with a simple circular action. That's what he likes, a simple solution delivered from up high, his lofty position. He sees it so clearly in his big office, his comfortable chair with the signs of age in its arm, his deep and wide polished wooden desk with many drawers you can see and the ones you can't, his important papers and files arranged neatly on top and some hidden away, detailing the lives, loves and whereabouts of the pupil and their parents and their accounts, and the heavy metal paperweight and the sharp stiletto letter opener. Oh, my abandonment issues. My parents, you understand, they abandoned me to Granny. They abandoned me. They gave me. They sold me. They bargained for their lives in exchange for me. They cried and wailed and pleaded and promised and watched each other torn to the ground, wretched and wrenched, their hearts destroyed. But they bargained for their lives and abandoned me to Granny, nevertheless. 37 days later, Granny abandoned me here to teach me. That was 5 years ago. The Cyanide 6 left me to take the blame for the Tobias incident. I wasn't keen from the beginning, as it was a clumsy affair, but I have been told to try and get along with the girls, so I tried, if only to get some peace. And then they were gone, and I was there, alone, abandoned by them, leaving nothing other than the echoes of their laughter as they ran while I was tying the rope, looking up to the ground, hanging by my ankles, not really in a position to hide. They ran, I remained to face the consequences, one of which is to see Mr. Fletcher cleaning his glasses in his big office, with his big chair and his big desk, and the files detailing the parents and their money and the sharp letter opener for an hour a week, every week. Mr. Fletcher knows that all my abandonments are the root of my problem, the evil that lies inside. It can be banished, the abandonment can be extracted from me, and the gap left behind filled with purpose, drive, and a positive benefit to society through hard work and belief in the greater good. The abandonment can be abandoned. Mr. Fletcher doesn't really know, though. I feel nothing. Time is a great healer, they say, unless there is not enough time left to heal. The Cyanide 6 will find that out. Mr. Fletcher will find that out. Anyone who abandons me in the future will find that out.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Now, we'll do a recap in a minute. Hello, readers. Take your spot. We've got plenty of space because we've only got a partial Paul.
Well, that seems to be par for the course, though, doesn't it?
I think that's a lower lip. Is that a lower lip? I hope it's a lower lip.
Whatever it is,
there's
it's not making any noise.
Well, I think that's beard coming off the bottom of it. I think that's what that is. Anyway, whatever. Let's hope. There's a tube, and there is his giant wrinkled bag just sitting there. Dan, could you put these gloves on, please? Put on the special gloves. I want you to reach into Paul's bag.
I don't want to do that.
We've got some reader interaction to cover.
Okay.
We were asked on Twitter, I am humbly requesting you to sell a t-shirt with a book on it with your logo, and the book cover must read Encyclopedia Retreatica by Buckcraft Fans. You also need a t-shirt that says, if it is the real Parker. I thought, merch is what I thought. Yeah. Merch is what we need. So I threw it open to our 2 followers.
And what did they come back with?
And it turned out that people were interested. We should have a mug. Printed on it should be bards shouldn't have those spells. That was one of them. That was Alex Campbell. Thank you, Alex. Yeah. You'll notice that there's a sort of through line in these suggestions.
Johnny.
Next one, Peter Bridges. Hello, Peter Bridges. A dice tower guaranteed to get rid of those bad rolls.
I'd get those. That's nice.
Yeah.
Is it dirty toiletries?
Oh.
I like that whole range.
Recycled toilet paper. You can put that on.
Oh, God. Stuart Cantrell. It's got to be branded calendars so you can accurately track your years of D&D gaming experience. Clerically blessed artisan cheese and sausage baskets. That was something called Clean Steve. Thank you, Clean Steve. Hesty dressing gowns. That was popular.
Yeah, a little bit too small.
Anyway, there we go. So I thought that was quite. I thought we should have a quick look.
There's got to be something with. I never would have done that on it.
Yeah, I think bug on food. I never would have done that. Anyway, we'll have to have a think about merch.
Yes.
We can produce some merch.
Yes.
The problem is it's got to be designed, and we don't have a designer. Well, we do. No, we don't. We have Paul. Should we have a recap? Can anybody remember where we are?
We're in the ziggurat, as we have been for the last 27 years.
Yes, I think this combat has gone for, if this is episode 112, I think this combat has gone for 7 episodes.
I think we've only killed
one
thing, haven't we? If that.
Yeah, because they all keep running away when they get down to low hit points, and we just thought...
No, it's much better than that. I think you've killed double that number of things.
At least 100% more.
Well,
yeah, there's 100%
bloody
more.
angel thing that's taken my hit points keeps running away.
We've killed Chaos Knight and Hingehead, and that's it.
You haven't actually killed Hingehead. You've killed one of the Swords of Chaos, they're called. Anyway, let's not get into all of that. So last time, where we left things...
We haven't even killed Hingehead.
I thought Paul had taken him out.
The creature that we're calling the Worm Caller strode out into the room to stand at the edge of the pit and was attempting to dispel magic on the wall of force that's protecting you from the bugs.
Oh.
So I'm going to make the roll with intelligence as the modifier. It rolls a d20. It rolls
1! Yes!
1 and fails to dispel the wall of force.
This wall of force.
It's saving your ass.
Oh, God, it is.
You stand there, you think, oh my goodness, that was close. The worm caller is standing at the edge of the pit. Just see it look down into the pit and then look at you. You hear the screech, the sound of wings as the angels can hear them.
Oh, come on.
Approaching, ascending. They burst forth. All 3 of them, including the ones that have taken...
Oh, you're trying
including the one that's taken some of Parker's hit points. They burst out into the chamber and they reach... I think they can reach the edge of the pit. They can reach floor level, but that's all they can do. And so we move on to Uncle Buggy on 9.
Right.
Do something.
We're screwed. Sorry. I don't know whether we're supposed to be captured or something. Maybe we're supposed to become prisoners. Well, this is just...
How many hit points are you on, Buggy?
I'm on 0.
Oh, yes,
I've
of course.
made 1 successful death save. However, I'd like to point out that I have a flaming sword. Mm-hmm. I think I can lie on my sword, take 1 point of damage.
Right. Yeah.
Would drop me. Although I'm on 0, it would drop me to 0 in terms of damage.
Because you can't go on to negative. Yes.
And then my death ward kicks in, which means I'm back on 1 hit point.
There's a lot to get into here. The first thing is that doing any damage on you is 2 failed death saving throws.
Okay, well I can do that. I'll be on -2 death saves, but then I'm back onto 1 hit point right away.
Yes.
That's the way the death. That's the way the death.
I feel like there's some bookkeeping chicanery going on here.
No, it's a 4th level spell.
Can you read me the text of the spell?
The first time the target would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage. The target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends. If the spell is in effect when the target is subjected to an effect that will kill it instantly without dealing damage, that effect is instead negated against the target and the spell ends.
I think the word drop is your problem in that sentence, because when you take the damage, you will not drop to 0 hit points. You will remain on 0 hit points.
Yes.
Right.
But I didn't take damage, did I?
The phrasing is quite clear that you must drop to 0 hit points. And you aren't going to drop to 0 hit points. You're already on 0 hit points.
Have I got my hit points or not? I mean, you
don't have any hit
I
points.
Didn't take any damage.
No, you're dropped to 0 hit points by this effect. No, I appreciate.
But if I take damage, you can't take negatives, can you? So I'm actually taking damage this time.
But you won't drop to 0 hit points because you're on 0 hit points.
You could argue he was dropped last time, though.
I think you were dropped to 0 hit points, but not as a result of taking damage. We've got into that as well.
So here it says, if you drop to 0 points as a result of taking damage.
Which you didn't.
No, but if I take damage now...
You will remain on 0 hit points. You won't drop to 0 hit points.
Well, what's the...
Hello,
I guess
readers.
The question
this is what you were...
At what point does he become unconscious?
When he fails his second death save, which would be the point that
when
you
you're
used
unconscious,
to take any
you
damage.
drop whatever you have in your hand, yeah? And at that point, the flame tongue goes out.
Yeah, but the flame tongue would have done its work. I've got no problem with that. He's able to damage himself. Doing so would knock him unconscious. That seems to be self-evident. He might drop the sword, or it might go out. After that, the work is done. What we're talking about here is a bit of legalese. If you were to play a common sense argument, I would say that the idea of Death Ward is when you take a large amount of damage that would drop you to 0 hit points, you don't drop to 0 hit points. But you didn't take damage to get to 0 hit points. It was like go to jail, do not pass go, do not collect £200.
The thing is, it's an odd concept being on 0 without taking any damage. I mean...
Or without it being a death effect.
Yeah, it's almost...
That's actually the bit I have the problem with. I have no problem with your argument about it being, he's not dropping to 0 hit points. I kind of agree with that.
Right.
The loophole that you've kind of gone through previously is where I have a slight issue.
Well, I think the issue is about whether or not we're talking about...
So you're the DM, so whatever you say, you're the judge.
Well, I'm trying to be nice.
Well,
right?
Don't try to be nice. Be.
No. What I mean is, I'm trying to be... Okay, well, I'm trying to be...
fair.
Well, okay. Well, let's say I can't do that. Then I'll just make another death save.
Are we sure that you should be making them at all?
Well, that's kind of...
That's a good point,
If you
Graham,
don't take any
maybe.
damage to get to 0 hit points, aren't you taking an effect
It's a death effect,
that's a death effect? So the death ward kicks in at that point. Because it says if the spell is still in effect when the target is subject to an effect that would kill it instantly without dealing damage, it dropped him to 0 hit points.
No, there are spell effects that can kill you instantly. They slay you. I think that's the language they use. Game over when you fail the saving throw. This rather specifically doesn't kill you.
But then the first effect kicks in. Essentially, the first time the target would be dropped to 0 hit points.
By taking damage is the deadly second part of that sentence.
I mean, you could be arguing that this is a magical effect which puts you on 0 hit points as if you had saved your...
You don't have to be...
So you don't have to be a stable condition.
You don't have to be dropped to 0 hit points by damage to make death saving throws. When you start your turn with 0 hit points, you must make a special saving throw called the death saving throw. It doesn't care how you got there.
Until you've saved it 3 times, in which case you're then...
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, I'll make the roll then. I'll make the second roll.
Here we go.
There we go. Ooh. No. Okay, so that's 1 success and 1 fail.
New session, new orc dice.
Well, I'm not going to use
Were you blessed?
it now.
No, it won't make any difference.
He was, but he's not going to make it. It's not going to be enough. Okay, so you're still conscious. You can crawl. You can take an action that doesn't involve casting a spell, making a skill check, or making an attack.
Does anybody... Well,
Do you have a healing potion?
no. I could crawl towards one of the healers up to the next pillar. Crawling incredibly
Crawling
fast.
north. Yeah, well, because fucking, how fast do you crawl?
35 foot around.
Okay.
It's essentially as fast as
Very
Sessions
fast.
moves.
It doesn't quite make sense, but
Okay, so you're crawling north towards Burple and Sessions.
yeah.
Parker on 4.
Maybe you could
Parker.
throw me the happy stick or something.
Oh yeah.
As a free action. If you aren't able to heal, I know you've got your own problems.
It's not a free action, but it can be done. Let's get into that in a minute. Parker.
Well, I will just lay into this thing in front of me.
Hingehead is looking very wounded. It looks like it failed. It failed its save against the great big damaging spell.
Right,
Philly
so,
Boots.
well, first attack. Oh, I got the bless in there. Well, it's a 25 anyway.
Is a hit.
18 points of damage.
18.
Yeah.
It looks even more severely wounded.
Still alive?
Oh yeah, but I mean it's looking,
Oh, yeah.
14, but I haven't had the bless. 16.
16 is a miss, I'm afraid.
And then the unarmed strike.
Oh,
It's armor class 23
hit.
for 6 points of damage. Final strike. Oh, it's a 4. Yes, 18.
Exactly
Oh,
what
lovely.
you need.
Now, so it takes 8 points of damage. And then there's the thing is if both the thunder and the lightning both hit,
Yes.
then you get to do additional. But I can't remember whether it was 1 or 2d6 extra. Hang on.
Do you want me to look it up?
I'm looking it up now.
Okay, good. Because I don't know where it is.
Yeah. A furl of dice of lightning and thunder damage. And another 9.
It's not very well, but it is still
Oh, for God's sake.
standing. Anything else from Parker? Moving, doing anything? Composing a poem, leaping up and down.
I'm just wondering whether it's worth moving away
Wiggling.
from it, seeing as I can move away without.
None of those things.
I will move all the way back towards Sessions and Burp.
Alessandra. Who's got
I've
Alessandra's
got it
character
open.
sheet?
Graham.
Paul is... That is a lip. It twitched then.
You sure it's not an eyebrow?
Oh,
Could be.
it's not very hairy.
Yeah, but it
Could be a
could.
bit of brow.
Yeah.
Shall
Yeah,
I roll
I
to see
think
who's
so.
rolling Alessandra?
Should I run him?
Okay.
Because I'm not doing anything? Or...
Good idea. Johnny.
Okay, Alexandra
What does
goes up.
Alexandra
He was buggy.
She hasn't got... She hasn't... I don't
got
know that
the
she's
heel.
got... No, also she is tucked round the corner
Oh, yeah.
of the western atrium with one of these creatures on her case.
Can she
Bit
fly
stuck,
over
she is.
the top of this creature?
Yes, she can. She can stay sufficiently
Okay,
distant. Yeah.
so she's going to fly over, and then it's Hingehead who's very wounded, is it?
I think Hingehead is the one that's on Parker, and Hingehead is very wounded.
Okay, well, she'll
The one in the
move up,
bottom.
fly up until she gets a line of sight. Oh no, Parker, you've moved, so I can't get it.
Yeah. Now you know what it feels like.
Yeah, okay, well I'll do a shot
Plus
at
9.
Hingehead.
Hingehead. Plus 9.
Okay. Good luck. Oh, dearie me.
Is there just one attack?
Probably.
Or
You
dice.
could use her. You could use her auto dice.
If that thing screams again.
Shall I do an alt dice?
Don't know. Let's see if there's another attack first.
One attack, there's only the one.
No, there isn't. I can tell
Does
you
she
there
have the
isn't.
one
offhand
There's
hand
only the
crossbow
one. Yeah,
thing?
that's it.
Oh no, not with the not
She
using.
does, but she can't do it when she's not with the longbow. That is, I think, stretching things.
No other special abilities or anything like that?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Not that I know of. She's a pretty straightforward piece of work.
Okay, what's her move?
She flies at 60 feet.
She's got another 2 squares of movement.
It's the bonus attack.
Sorry, and the dash action is a cunning action if she wants to use it.
Yeah, she's going to move up to the northern end of the... She's going to head up
Head
towards,
towards the northern
the
doors
group of us.
as far as she can go their way.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah,
That's about as
I
good as
don't
she
know
can
whether
get.
we're going to
Okay,
retreat
good.
or something.
On 16, burbledy, herbledy, hibbledy, hobbledy, hi.
Graham, what's your plan?
I'm getting very close to running out of interesting spells. I'm wondering whether we should kind of wig out and regroup.
See, I have 3 hit points.
So why don't you grab... You see, we can't quite get everyone.
We can get 4 of us, though, can't we?
Yes.
And Alessandra can fly.
She could probably fly up the stairs because that goes out, doesn't it? The stairs
We
at
don't
the
know.
northern end. They go out onto the top
Do
of
they?
the... Don't they, Mike?
Alessandra's judgment was that there was nowhere else for them to be going. There are 4 little staircases that run up the inside of the walls. They're contained staircases, walled off. There's 2 in the north, 2 in the south, and at the tops of those staircases, Alessandra could see an opening and daylight. Her presumption, therefore, is that they open out onto the roof of the ziggurat, or rather onto the flat, open surface at the exterior base level of the ziggurat. Think of it as like a wedding cake.
We could just move.
Yeah.
If we're talking dimension door, where are we going?
Well, how far is the peripheral wall from where we are, roughly?
Peripheral wall is... Give me one moment, please.
This dungeon is designed so we can't run away. We can't heal up outside because there are worms everywhere. Can't go beyond the wall. There's all the apes.
Well,
all I would say is...
There's the beholder, obviously, as well.
If you need to get 4 of you out, I can always... And if someone can give me a heal, I can always
Here we go.
do meld to stone for 8 hours into the wall.
Like I say, the
I'd have to
question
try
is,
and get out.
Yeah.
where do we go?
I would think maybe the wall opposite where we came in, see how far away that is.
It's 180 feet from the edge of the ziggurat to the wall at its longest point, right, the long boundary. If you were going to try and hit a 6, you'd do it from the corner, and that's more like
It's less than
140
500
feet to the wall.
So we could dimension door to the far side of the wall, opposite where we came in, so the beholder is
You
on
could.
the other side of the ziggurat compound to us.
If you know where
We
the
don't,
beholder
but I mean,
is.
it's...
I tell you where it was the last time you saw it. It was spooking about just on the other side of the north of the ring, which is where you came from.
Right.
But that was its last known position.
so
and
it
that
could
was
be
quite a while
anywhere,
ago,
Yeah.
basically. Might be. Just inside the ring, you don't know. Nodbod the monkey said that people didn't go inside the wall.
Options are fire off a spell and run up the stairs.
You've got Buggy lying there, bear in mind.
I know, but he can crawl quite quickly. I have healing, but the healing basically doesn't get me to a place where I can resist anything.
I think
I've got Dissonant Whispers, so I could try and take out Hingehead and then move. I could step to Buggy and Dimension Door. If we don't Dimension Door, the chances are they'll follow us, and these things are kind of flyy guys.
I honestly think if we don't dimension door, there's a very strong chance that you and Buggy will both die in the next round.
Yes.
I mean, I can pick somebody up and run away. It's also
But the thing is,
I can heal Buggy on.
But you're going to. You don't go
Buggy
till
and I
after
can
the
run.
bad guys have gone. So the question: there are 2
true.
actions
Yeah.
before
So
they.
if we wig out, we're basically leaving Alessandra dick in the wind, aren't we? Because we can take one person with us.
Someone has to go and pick up Buggy and go.
How's Alessandra doing for hit points?
Alessandra has.
Could she survive?
Well, she has
around?
56 hit points, but she is easily the easiest to hit of us.
Maybe. Yes. Although purple's not that hard to hit. Anyway, it seems logical that we should get the hell out of Dodge, right? So that's what I will do.
You can tell us where you're going.
Bearing in mind I wasn't around on the session where we came in, is there a safe place
The inns
outside the wall?
outside the wall,
There are monkeys and things and shit, aren't there?
there are monkeys and things and shit. That's exactly what there are. The jungle closes in on all sides around the wall. There is a clearer area around most of the wall. To the south, the jungle actually looms over the wall a little. Within the wall, there are bits of ruin. So if you're worried about worms in the ground, there are some pieces of structure that you might be able to stand on where you feel that you wouldn't. Yeah.
Worms in the ground?
Miniature versions of the green worms that you fear so deeply were wiggling and surfacing in the parched scrub grassland all around the ziggurat within the wall.
Within the wall. But are they outside the wall as well?
Not that you saw.
Right. And the beholder was inside the wall, was it?
No, the beholder was outside the wall. So I think the readers could probably do with this as well. Ziggurat, horribly scary. Outside the ziggurat, you've got an area of ground that is enclosed by a single black obsidian ring wall that's 30 foot high. Within that ring, there are some structures, some bits of ruined building, but mostly it's a sort of scrub, dry grass where you have seen little miniature worms wiggling away. Outside the wall, you have more ruined city and some open areas, but mostly just jungle. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, You fled as you heard large numbers of what sounded like hostile creatures zeroing in on your location. Sounded like some kind of primate. You also saw a beholder. You think it was a beholder, although Johnny is convinced that it is a first edition gas spore.
Mm-hmm.
Woobling about in the trees to the north. Alessandra shot at it, damaged it. It started following you. You bailed over the wall and left it outside. Nodbod the monkey that Bugraft spoke to seemed to indicate that the wall was a bit scary and that he didn't go over the wall and that no creatures would go over the wall.
So different set of problems inside and out, but outside feels
Yes.
like it's possibly... We wouldn't get attacked immediately.
Not immediately.
And on top of the ziggurat?
If I remember rightly, the discussion we had with Mike was once you were aware that these worms were crawling around, basically you could avoid them by
easy to
seeing-
avoid.
or burning some part of the ground, and
You might be able to conceivably come up with a mechanical solution that would prevent them getting at you, but you
Yeah.
needn't do that. Your sharp recollection is there are some ruined stone bits between the wall and the ziggurat. Surely standing on one of them would make you worm-free.
But visible to anything within...
The top of the ziggurat mightn't be a bad place to stop.
Yeah, the ziggurat itself has got this weird cactus-like spire thrusting from the top tier. It's a 1, 2, 3, it's a 4-tier ziggurat.
Right.
There are areas of the ziggurat, perfectly solid areas of the ziggurat, you could just wander about.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the top of the stairs that lead up onto the top of the ziggurat.
Mm-hmm. Alessandra has not gone further than a kind of 20 feet. She thinks it's 40 feet. There's 20 feet that you can see on our map. You can then...
But from the outside, we didn't see any threats up there.
No.
How thick are the walls? About 5 feet.
Yes, let's say that, yep.
So we'd
Let's
want to
not
go
over-
up about
let's not
45.
sweat this.
Yeah, so I want to go up to that level where I think the top of the stairs would open out. I'm stepping 5 foot forwards, touching Buggy,
And
Yeah.
dimension dooring
Yeah.
the two of us up there.
Not a euphemism. Above where the stairs come out. Fine.
Great.
Off you go.
Thank you very much.
We'll tell you what you see when you get outside in a moment, but let's let other people make their decisions.
What was that thing about your mum? I'll say that just before I wig out.
Where are you going? Yeah.
I found your mum's knickers in my house last night. Something.
Yeah, I'll say that to Hingehead.
Okay. He goes, "You bastard." He's turned into Blakey.
Really showing your age there.
I mean, it's a very kind of on the buses reference, actually, all round.
Yeah.
Sessions
now
on
I'm
16.
left in with the unenviable decision.
I have the terrible job of saying who goes home this week.
I look to my left and down, and I see Parker. How well is Parker looking?
36 hit points, but I've still got my relentless endurance. I mean, I can fight my way out.
So out of view, just before I do that, I'll point upwards to Sessions and
Yeah.
Parker.
What do you think your chances of surviving a round against all of these creatures are, Lucas?
Lucas.
Parker?
Well, I mean, would I actually have to survive against all? I mean, what I'm thinking is if I were to start moving out, they're not
No,
all going to get to me.
they'll
They will have a round
So
before
the
you
flying
go.
things all can get to you. We know they have tremendous movement. Hingehead, I guess it depends whether his death thing recharges.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on a 6, isn't it?
Yeah. And the priest one, God knows what. Flame strike.
Have you got any like obscuring mist or something like that? Just to
See, I
Fog
think
cloud.
those angels, an area of effect spell would take all three of them out, and you could probably get the priest guy as well.
Purple shouts down from the roof.
No, metagaming.
Come
Mike.
on.
Metagaming. Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving away my position. We're crouching down and hoping there's no monsters up there.
all the angels. Okay, they were looking very wounded when they descended the pit. They're still looking wounded.
Oddly okay.
They're still looking wounded, but they're not looking as
Wounded.
wounded.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think my options are as follows. I could try some sort of area effect. I think I have one there, and then try running away, which would leave Parker and Alessandra to share the next round. I could swoop down to pick up either of them and wig us out up. As I understand, Burple and Buggy have gone, but I can't do both of them.
Oh dear.
So there's a decision to be made.
Yep.
I mean, I fancy my chances against maybe 2 or 3 of them. because they,
Bold.
they don't hit high armor class, but I don't know, 6 rolls to hit, that's...
Could you do a big heal on Parker and then run up the thing?
I mean, if I'm honest, an area of effect spell on getting rid of one of those angels that happened to take my hit points.
Yeah, I don't think we know
The one that took hit points off me
we don't know that would
had
actually give it
taken
back
the
to you,
most
though, do
damage.
we?
Well, we don't, but probably worth a try.
They've healed up, haven't they, in their miasma?
Do you think they've healed a little?
What sort of spell were you thinking, Graham?
Well, I don't have many. I have basically Shatter. I think that's it.
Have you got the Destructive Wrath left? Channel ability to max out the damage, or have you used those all up?
Nope, I've done it. Can't do that again. Done it twice.
How many hit points have you got?
I've got 62.
Okay, well you're okay for a round, aren't you? I mean, if he does a flame strike or something.
Well, last time the Curse Knight hit me, he did 50 hit points in a round.
But he's dead.
Yeah, but I don't know what the others do. I'm not going to stand there. I'm going to wig out. It's just a question of what I do before I go.
Wig out is a new phrase to me, by the way. Anybody else?
Wig out?
Familiar with wig?
I've got a problem with wig out.
Bug out.
Bug out, yeah. I could
I'm
bug you
familiar
out.
with. That's where it comes
Wig
from.
out is better.
I always thought wig out was like go wild. I'm going to Google it while you discuss what to do.
Any thoughts?
Wig out meaning. Here we go.
Or I could
Behave
do a
in
big
an
heal on
irrational,
Parker
erratic
and
way.
run away.
Panic or become hysterical.
I think you should do a big heal on Parker and run up the stairs.
Parker.
Then the next
Who does it
round, Parker runs to you and Dimension Door up to the top of the ziggurat, and Alessandra flies up.
Buggy shouts down the stairs.
From his unconscious state. But he's mind melded
do
onto
that,
me because he's
do
a
that.
rally.
We don't want to bring them up to us.
That's something we've got to get into.
At the moment, they don't know we're up there.
No, it's a 4-level ziggurat. Those stairs must go up to the first platform.
You see, yeah. Well, that's the point.
I'm going to say that they do. They're on the edge, and the platform is. Looking at the map, the platform seems to be. Oh, hold up. Looking at the big map. Okay, you could make a case that they come out on the penultimate tier. Let's say penultimate tier.
Okay.
All will make sense when you get outside, but of course, by then, the Beholder would have killed you all, so it doesn't matter. So, what are you going to do, Sessions? What's the deal?
Well, I'm now thinking that if I run up the stairs, I give away the fact that's where we've gone.
The optics of you Dimension Dooring Parker and leaving Alessandra when all we have of Paul is a beard, a top lip, a tube of some sort, and his enlarged sack.
I mean, clearly, it's not.
When we've got more of Paul, he might be,
Upset.
Well, I'm not the only one that.
if there's enough of him, maybe. Yeah, it is a lower lip. I think it's quivering.
He might be in bits if you were to lose Alessandra. Thank you.
This is the longest round in
Well,
history.
I mean, I'm
Because
down
it's,
to making a very difficult
crucial.
decision.
It's almost the Lucas round.
It's far too
What?
complicated a decision for a mere mortal like myself. So I think it's time
luck.
for,
You've got to roll the
time
Yes.
for misfortune to tell us what we're going to do.
spend the coin.
The Lady Luck Misfortune, you're going to throw the coin into the air?
Yeah, and I'm
You
going
know
to.
she's not on your side, Graham.
What is snakes and what is ladders?
Snakes, I think, is going to be shatter and run up the stairs. Ladders is going to be
Yeah.
save someone and Dimension Door out. If we get that second option, then we'll figure out who.
Okay, here we go.
Flip the coin.
It spins, it
spinning.
hangs, it
Which is
catches
which?
the light. Ladders.
It saves someone.
Disappointed. It saves someone.
No. Oh.
So Parker may actually survive. I don't think Alessandra would survive.
How many hit points has Alessandra got?
Quite a few.
I think
53.
50 something, yeah.
Parker's got 36, but has got a relentless endurance.
And a much better armor class.
Okay.
But he's one of the...
The original. He's an original.
One
I
of the
was
original.
thinking this. So, you know.
Alessandra is
Oh,
further
yes.
away.
Yeah.
All those trust issues.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What is the decision? You're going to save someone and go. Who are you going to save?
Ghostbusters.
And why? Okay, so we're doing the coin, or am I choosing? I think we're doing the
You.
coin.
Very difficult decision.
It's your round, Graham. You decide.
Do you want to be high or low, Parker?
Do you want to be snakes or ladders, Parker?
Snakes.
Okay.
Snakes.
It's Parker. Ladders, it's Alessandra.
Oh, the coin's going.
Ooh, it's Parker.
Parker. Okay.
Parker.
Well, that was determined by fate, so I will swoop down, pick up Parker, and I'm going to Dimension Door to the top of the spire.
The very top of the spire.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens to Alessandra? Well, I need to tell you what happens to Alessandra. would be met.
Well, I'm running
Come on,
Alessandra, so...
Well,
Yeah, I mean, we are.
Maybe we should see what we do on the other. We might be back quite quickly.
Okay,
Or we probably won't.
I'm going to
be.
make a
I mean,
determination. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the right map. There you go.
Okay.
Welcome to the city of Kuruth Mar, Dan, which you've not seen yet.
I haven't seen this, no.
It's not really as big as I thought.
Well, it's 20 foot per square.
Okay.
Assuming you all sort of cluster somewhere close-ish to each other. And then the only
Well,
other
he's gone
person
to
we
the
need
top
is
of the spire,
sessions.
isn't he? He's on the top of the spire.
Oh, yeah, there
We're
we
up
go.
higher,
So
looking down so we can see what's going on.
you're up high on the top of the spire. Now, the last thing you saw, we've still got a figure for Alessandra when we were here before. I'll remove that because we won't need Alessandra's mini anymore. The beholder was lurking around on the northern edge of the obsidian ring wall. The jungle was filled with the sound of howling primates and aggression. You can see the structures now that we were talking about that break up the ground in between the ziggurat and the wall. There's a larger structure off to the northeast that looks like it would be somewhere you could comfortably rest whilst not being threatened by the worms that you know are crawling through the ground level. Now, I'm going to go back to the other map and make a few dice rolls. We're going to see what happens. So, starting. And then, that one. Okay. Oh. Same. This one. Oh. What's Alessandra's armor class?
Armor class 17.
Okay, and can Alessandra make I think it's a Constitution save.
Constitution, okay, I got +3.
Okay, she's got an Orc dice, right?
Yep. Ah, fucking hell.
No,
I think someone else
Okay.
better roll. Can I use the Orc dice?
it's up to you. You've got to make a decision. We're going to play this blind. Does Alessandra want to use her Orc dice, or
Oh.
does she want to save her Orc dice for
No,
other saves
I'll
that she
I'll
may
save
have to
it
make
till I
later?
really have to make it.
Okay.
I'm just going to get I know this is... Everybody makes fun of this, but I just want to get a few bad dice rolls out. I mean,
Oh.
I've rolled two crap rolls so far, so just... Can you
So,
Okay, off you go.
one would argue that you've got the
14, yeah, 14, yeah, 16, yeah, lovely, yeah. 5, there's a crap one. 3, there you go, you're going to stop now. 10, is that it? 9,
Okay,
that's it,
didn't
okay.
really work. Anyway,
We don't know,
So
because
next
we haven't
roll?
rolled the die.
I'm
Well-
surprised it didn't work, Johnny, because
Yeah,
it's such a foolproof method.
Tried and trusted process.
Mm.
We need that dice tower that was suggested by Peter Bridges.
can I defer or delegate the dice rolling to someone else?
Of course, you can do whatever you like.
Who
Next,
fancies...
I'm gonna roll
Who
them.
feels lucky?
I'm going to roll a d6. Okay.
I think that's a good number.
I think that's
clanking.
Shed doesn't get his scream again.
There's some clanking.
Does
More
anybody else want to
clanking.
make these dice rolls?
What dice rolls are you making?
I think there's another roll against the
Right.
hit points being stolen.
What level have you cast your Wall of Force at, Dan?
It's 5th level.
You seemed rather determined to bring that down.
Right.
Didn't work, I'm assuming.
Uncle Buggy,
Hang on, were there
What do
no
I do?
other dice saves for Alessandra?
you just don't know. Uncle Buggy on 9.
I'm going to
If
make
you
him another
wanna
roll,
stay
haven't
around
I?
sequence, I think we might as well. Oh, you do.
There's success.
Okay.
So I've had 2 lucky succeeds, 1 fail.
2 lucky succeeds, that's what
Two
they call
lucky
in the rules.
succeeds,
That's
yeah,
indeed
technical
what's
term.
called
Yeah,
at
that's
this
what they call it.
stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 lucky succeeds, 1 unlucky unsucceed. Okay, and then we move on to Hacker on 4. You find yourself on the top of this spire. You're hundreds of feet in the air. The heat is oppressive. The sun is baleful, gazing at you through a hazy sky. You can hear the chirp of insects. You can hear bird song. You can hear the whoop of nasties out in the jungle.
Well, have we got a plan?
Heal up.
Well, heal up in terms of, are we taking a short rest?
I'm stepping away for 2 seconds. You can have a bit of a chat about your plan.
As long as that thing keeps trying to bring my Wall of Force down, we're good. But
Yeah, but don't forget those beetles can now walk out back up the steps. And then
Dispel
we-
magic doesn't work on Wall of Force. So I'm waiting for the success before I tell Mike. So, which would be just hilarious. So my plan is,
Although he's going to listen to this recording,
yeah, I know, but by that time, I think we're in a different kind of situation.
we hope.
Buggy, have you got healing?
Yes, I've got a bit of healing.
Right.
Well, I've got a single heal.
I think we've got enough healing to get us back up. Graham's got a happy stick. I think we can do a fair bit of healing.
The happy stick has like
but then
2
we haven't got
charges.
spells. Oh, does it?
What about short rest?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, a short rest or a long rest.
Long rest is really what we need, isn't it? It's the spells that we
But
need.
taking either of those rests means we're basically not doing anything about Alessandra, doesn't it?
Yeah. My plan was heal on Buggy, then next round Buggy can heal and I can heal again. It begins to kind of mount up. But
If I'm healed up, I can run it. I'll run in and try and pick up.
yeah, but it'll take a while to get you back up to decent hit points. If Alessandra survives the round, she can try and get out of there.
Yes. I mean, I can run back down towards her or something.
When does she go in the initiative?
Just before them.
What did Parker decide in the end?
Good question.
I mean, I can do the heal on myself.
Cool, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I would.
8
Alessandra flies
Okay.
out through the gap that at the top of the steps. That I thought about this. I can't think that she would have an alternative. You were keen that they wouldn't know where you'd gone, but looking at the options that she has, I can't really see a better option without leaving herself open. So she has flown out, basically near Burple and Buggy.
Yeah.
Excellent.
She's had her maximum hit points reduced.
What happened with the wall?
She took 19 has been
19.
taken off her maximum hit points.
Okay.
Not the same angel. It was angel number 2, please.
And is that taken off her actual hit points as well?
Yes. The Wormcaller tried to bring down the wall of force and failed. The Swords of Chios, including Hinchhead, stomped forwards towards her, closing in on her. The first 2 angels failed to hit her.
Okay.
That's where things were. And then she's out.
She's in
done.
Parker territory, heal, hit point wise.
Pocket territory heal hit point wise.
What's up with
I
everybody's
don't know.
grammar
It's
today?
it's late. It's a long day. We're getting old. I mean, that's the problem. We're old.
It was very long. Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, in a couple of years we won't be able to play at all because we'll have no idea what the dice are.
Yeah.
Gondor Acres. No, they'll have big dice that we buy off the back of the Daily Mail, right?
I'm not going near the Daily Mail.
Has anybody
Mail on
looked
Sunday
into-
magazine will have huge dice with elasticated waists.
I'm not touching
Where is
the Daily
Gondor
Mail
Acres going
ever.
to be anyway?
Awful paper.
The Gondor Acres, where's that going to be? Muswell Hill?
No, it'll be Middle
No,
Earth.
Oh, God, no.
it'll be like, I don't know, Harpenden or something.
No, in the Shire.
It'll have that picture as you drive up with the 2 old people, one of them with the walking stick asking you to watch your speed. But one of them will be wearing a crown and the other one will be wearing a pointy hat.
I mean, there's 2 options, really, aren't there? There's the sort of the option that would be really, really nice.
Dear
and the
readers,
option
we've
which is
long-
that has the most.
Dear
comic
readers, we've
value.
long speculated that our future may involve setting up a retirement home for D&D players called Gondor Acres. Otherwise, none of this makes any sense. It's not our idea. It's
Doesn't make sense
one of the
anyway.
other members of the Hilltop called Nico, who doesn't play in these sessions. It was his idea.
Talking of which, has anybody been watching The Rings of Power?
Yes.
What's
No,
the
I'm
feeling?
saving it. Should I?
I quite like
Dunno,
it.
I quite
It's,
like it.
it's not.
Okay, good.
It's all right.
Production-wise, it's it looks the business.
Yeah. It's been interesting. I wouldn't say it sort of like bowled me over and,
Better Call Saul is a difficult lunchtime watch, by the way, Lucas. Only Murders in the Building was my lunchtime watch.
Oh, that's a good
Right.
one. I really like that.
Yeah, it's great. Perfect for lunch, right? You sort of have to
Where are
concentrate,
you
but you
up
sort
to?
of don't. Only Murders in the Building. I finished it.
I'm in
Better Call
second
Saul
season.
Is extremely shooty for lunch,
Yeah.
and grim, and incredibly tense. And you find yourself sitting there and you realise that you're holding a half-eaten sandwich that you've not looked at for like 10 minutes. You're just sitting open-mouthed, staring at the screen. Anyway, on we go. We're going to switch off the round counter. Oh, what blessed relief. That was the longest combat, I think, of our adventure thus far. Maybe there was a couple of, what was he called? Hooves. A couple of hooves combats that went on, but that was
You mean it's finished?
7 episodes. I'm not saying it's finished. I'm saying that
Well, we can
we're out of
rest
it.
now,
We're
can't
out
we?
of initiative. It won't have escaped your notice that this adventure is just one enormous combat. But we're having a bit of a break.
Oh, I see. So
You
it's
get a
just
little
big-
bit of
big
Gatorade and a cucumber
That's
sandwich,
the whole thing.
We're on a break.
and then we can maybe get back into it.
Short rest or long rest?
Do a short rest to start off with.
Well, we do healing first. Let's see where that gets us.
Healing, then short rest, and as long as we can, if we end up doing a long rest, then we do a long rest.
Tell us about this long building here, Mike.
They don't give me much detail, I'll be honest, in the adventure bonds. It's a slab of stone that's 40 foot wide and about 100 foot long.
Is it a slab or is it a building?
Shall I roll? I'll roll. 1 to 3, it's got an interior and a stone floor. 4, 5, 6, it's just a block of stone set into the ground. It's a block of stone set into the ground.
Excellent.
Paul's got a misty step.
Yeah, but there's a cream that he can use that clears it up.
He could have done that.
Dactarin or whatever it is.
Don't you have to be able to see where you're going?
Yeah.
No, he can just do it by feel. I think he just reaches down between... Oh, I see. Sorry.
It's a bonus action. 30 feet.
Yeah, you have to see where you're going.
Yeah.
This has been a very weird session.
Yeah, so Mike, it's just a solid block of stone. How high off the ground is the top of it?
Picking a number at random, 10 feet. I mean, if you want.
We look fairly safe on top of this ziggurat, don't we?
It depends on your definition of safe.
Well,
you don't know how long it might be before things start to emerge, but at the moment they're not. You don't know the range of a beholder's eye attacks.
Can we see the beholder?
Not currently.
Not from on top of the spire?
Good question. I would say you can't see the beholder from the very top of the spire, no.
Is there somewhere to sit on the top of the spire?
I mean, I think you can find a perch. Yes.
Can I find...
Perch enough to be able to get a long rest.
It's not built for comfort.
No, but...
Oh, God, I don't know. I'll roll a d6 again. On a 1 to 3, there is sufficient square footage for you to,
Long rest.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's all a bit hand-holdy and adventure playground. It is... Oh, no, it's okay. You can find a space that you can... Yeah.
Well, let's...
Right, sir. Well, let's long... I mean...
I'm not saying there's room for 4 of you, but there's room for 2 of you.
First of all, we'll heal up. We'll burn some healing spells. So I'll do a heal on Johnny, a heal on the buggy, rather. Nothing's going to save Johnny. And then subsequent rounds, more heals. So, do we need to play this out?
I'm just rolling dice in the background to make you feel uneasy.
Yeah, which is,
once we've
feeling
healed,
uneasy.
should we do
It's
short
working.
resting?
Yeah.
Because then we can get key points and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we do
And then if that
healing,
works,
short rest, long
take
rest.
a long rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're going to try and do.
Okay, yep. Short rest, fine. 1 minute per hit dice that you spend. How many hit dice do you want to spend?
All of them.
I'm easy.
Right, well then, how many hit dice have you
Yeah.
got to spend? 12, 11, 12, something like that? More?
Well, 11 or 12.
You're of different levels.
11th
You're at
level.
different levels now.
11
Okay.
dice.
Alessandra's 12th level. Buggy's 12th level.
I'm just wondering if this whole thing's designed as a sort of attrition thing. So it's possible we won't be able to do a long rest at all.
That would be extremely disappointing.
Well, we won't know until we
Well,
find
No,
out. So
I'm
we're
just
doing
saying
the short
maybe we
rest
should
and then
just
the long
think it might be the sort
Okay.
of situation
Well, let's
where
play
we're
this-
not allowed to do
Let's
a long
play this
rest.
through. So first of all, I will do the healing hands on Buggy, which heals 11 points.
That's a good start.
Then, if we have another round, I will do...
Just tell me how many rounds you want to spend, how many minutes you want to spend
Doing the short rest.
with a short rest.
I will do a cure wounds
So
at second level on myself in the second round.
We're in the realm of rounds, and then we're going to move to minutes, and then we'll move to hours. This makes perfect sense. Anything else that anybody else wants to do that sits in the framework of rounds, like immediate
No.
stuff?
So that heals 9 points. So that puts me back on
Okay.
12.
Are we going to start venturing out into the world of minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you're starting to burn hit dice in order to get yourself hit points back.
Yes.
Yes.
You're left alone for enough time for you to spend as many hit dice as you have should you wish to do so.
Okay. I'm going to
Do all
start.
that.
Nothing happens. You can hear whoops and aggressive noises from the tree line outside the wall. Sessions and Parker, you can see from time to time a sort of ape-like figures detach from what seem to be a more general number of themselves out in the forest and explore the open ground between the trees and the obsidian wall, looking aggressive, looking like they're sort of grandstanding a bit. They may occasionally raise their arms above their heads and howl a little to an answering howl from their friends. It looks like all a bit of bravado or aggressive animal behavior, but it looks like it's on the up. You feel like the frequency of it is increasing, the intensity of it, this activity is increasing. No sign of the beholder.
I'm using all my dice apart from one to heal up.
Okay.
I've used all mine.
I've used 5 so far. Alessandro probably wants...
Yes, she probably does. Remember, you can't heal those last hit points. Yep.
No, her maximum's now at 56.
Ooh, that's got a sting.
So I would imagine she probably only needs to roll a couple.
Do you need to do...
Oh, yeah, every cloud, of course. She's got a few hit points to heal, even though...
Do you think we'll get rid of that?
Good question.
Oh, 1. That's not very good.
That's not very good.
11. Let me just roll another one.
Oh, that's more like it. Okay.
17. Hang on, let me just see how many she needs. 17.
This is fascinating, isn't it, readers? People just rolling dice and doing mental arithmetic.
One more just to get her to maximum. Well, that's just enough. I'd like to do kind of a medicine check on Parker to see whether I think some sort of remove curse might recover his...
Oh, yes.
brain.
Restoration.
Arcana check.
Is it Arcana?
Restoration or something.
Oh, shit.
It is an Arcana. It's a magical... What?
I've just remembered. I have no fucking intelligence. Oh, that'll be where I use
Oh,
my
yeah,
spell.
you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Nor does Buggy.
Nor does Buggy.
And Parker's lost some
I've
as
got
well.
a suppurating wound on my leg.
No, you've been healed now.
Oh, yeah,
Johnny,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
all right.
sorry. We're doomed.
It wasn't suppurating, it was an alive mouth of a wound.
Surely the intelligence could be regained with lesser restoration or something.
Well, I think it's
Surely.
greater restoration, I think, for ability
knows?
scores.
5th level
All
spell.
sorts of possibilities. Anyway, things not looking
I've
great.
got 5
right,
intelligence.
on we go.
Yeah, so far.
Okay,
It's
so the sessions, Buggy
You know what? Me hungry.
bumbling around,
Me want
thinking of
food.
joining
That's why sessions can't decide
their
what to do.
primate pals out in the jungle.
So I've got
You got
4
cheese.
spells left.
What next?
Well, we're going to try and hunker down for a long rest.
First hour passes without incident, as does the second hour. The third hour, you start to get the sense that your primate pals are growing in aggression and confidence.
Right.
You can hear them assembling outside the walls. Parker and Sessions, you can see larger numbers of these. You think there must be baboons or something,
God.
but they're like lots of creatine. It's been in their diet. These sort of big baboons start assembling and emerging from the tree line, demonstrating their aggressivity and their prowess as they leap and whoop. They get closer and closer to the walls. They start gathering on the little bits of ruined structure that gets them closer to the walls. Alessandra, Burple, Buggy, you look up and you can see this ring of black obsidian running all the way around you. And then you can see these heads start to appear. 1, 2, 3, popping up all around you, looking down at you. They don't, Sessions and Parker, seem to stray past the runes that are inscribed on the top of the wall.
But are they noticed us?
Yes.
That's why they're
clearly
doing
this, right.
it looks like they're drawn by you.
Long rest, is that interrupted if you do a spell?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Skill check spells and attacks.
Is there enough room where Purple and Co are?
Plenty of room. Loads of room.
Okay, so Sessions, maybe we should climb down off the ziggurat.
That was the third hour. Fourth hour of your long rest.
I'm going to go down to where Alessandra is.
Even if you descend the tower from the ziggurat and you're down at the level of the others, you get the sense that more and more of these creatures are gathering
They don't
around
like us being on this
the
thing.
structure. Maybe not, but they seem to be hedged away by the runes or by the wall or something. They're not actually encroaching. Before, perhaps there were 5 or 10 of these creatures. Then there were perhaps 20 or 30. By hour 3, there might have been 50 or 60. Now there are more. Maybe there are twice that number. There's almost like a chanting sound building up outside the walls as the howls and screeches of these creatures start to meld together in a unnerving, unsettling unison that lifts and falls. It's rising and falling. It almost feels like it's coordinated. It almost feels like You're listening to the sound of one organism, not many.
Oh, God.
And as the sun sets, the sound of the creatures reaches a high crescendo. There's a point at which there's not a single spot on the ring of the wall that has not got a baboon standing there. They've stopped jumping up and down. They're just standing there looking at you, swaying backwards and forwards in this sort of eerie, mesmeric, aggressive dance. To the north, there's suddenly light lifting up above the edge of the wall. Giant, spherical creature appears. As it lifts,
Gospel.
the baboons lift their arms in unison and gesture them towards this creature. It breaks free of the top of the wall. It spins around. You see its giant eye looking at you.
I'll hide behind the pillar.
And we will find out
Oh, no.
whether or not you're in as deep trouble as it seems you are when we pick things up next time.
Yeah, what do we do?
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Spire of Long Shadows and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Spire of Long Shadows was written by Jesse Decker. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!